What's going on, guys? Thanks to Going Gear, we got our hands on an L16 by Acebeam. I know this light's been out for a while, but it's quickly become a legend amongst a lot of guys, and a lot of guys have told us to bring one to the channel. So thank the guys at Going Gear again. We've got one here now, and thanks to an awesome flash sale at Olight, or Olight store, we got our hands on a couple of the Desert Tan limited edition Warrior X's. Output and everything's the same as the black ones, but we've got them here. And we've got two of the limited ones, which I think is awesome. So unfortunately, guys, if you guys are watching this video now, they sold out really quickly. They sold out the same day. So unfortunately, only the black ones are going to be available. Just wanted to mention that up front. But for review purposes, we only have the Desert Tan ones. So without further ado, and just so you guys know, I don't do a lot of the unboxing videos. In both boxes, you have your standard O-ring replacements. I think the Acebeam came with a lanyard, and then the two holsters that you see here as well, along with like warranty cards and things like that. One thing I really want to emphasize on the Olight, so I bought the Warrior X because I thought that the bundle came at an amazing deal. I didn't realize how great the light was. So to be perfectly honest, it was kind of a cheap move on my part because the light, just with its specs, was too great at the price to pass up. I've been completely blown away by the package as a whole, and we will go over it. There's a lot to go over, guys, so this is more than likely going to run into a multi-part video. Just throwing that out there. We'll get through as much of it as we can in the first one. So starting with the holster, I was blown away just with the holster of the Olight. Okay, this is again the Warrior X. I might just refer to it as X for the rest of the video. But you can see here, I love the open back design. You can obviously manipulate the tail cap that way. It's also got an open bottom as well, so I can turn the light on while it is being holstered. It's got a side pouch. I'm absolutely in love with this. I just have an extra cell in there to keep the light running, but I have heard other guys say, you know, you can put a starter kit, obviously, or whatever you want in the side pouch, which is awesome. When you turn it around, guys, the way that the straps are set up, it's non-Velcro, so they're fixed straps, and you have to run something through in a vertical manner. So if it's on your belt, you won't be able to run it standing up. It's going to have to be on its side here. And just so you guys know, there's no other option around that. You can run it through MOLLE. I run it through MOLLE in my bag. But with this holster, this is the only option you have to either, again, run it through MOLLE on a belt or whatever it is that you have. Just keep that in mind. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull out the Olight now. I'm going to set it down. Go ahead and put this holster aside. The Acebeam came with what you'd expect from Acebeam with the holster. So nothing special to go over there, but it is a perfectly fine holster. Nothing wrong with it at all. We're going to start by showing you guys size comparisons. I think that this is kind of a juggernaut battle between 18650 style lights. Both are rated to max out at 2000 lumens. Both have multiple modes. Both are extreme throwers for the size of their single 18650s. There are 18650 cell lights that throw further, but they're not pocketable, at least not in my opinion. So amongst the pocketable 18650s, I feel like these two lights, they really stand alone, at least to the lights that I'm interested in. I'm going to go ahead and lay them now on their sides so y'all can see a difference in head size and reflectors. Sorry, the light wants to run away from me. And then I want to show you guys the tail caps. Obviously, they're very different. I'm going to quickly go over the user interface differences between both lights as well for you guys. Excuse me. Now, if y'all already probably saw the height difference, the Warrior X is obviously shorter than the L16. Depending on how deep your pockets are, that might be a pretty obvious difference. You have a side switch on the L16. There is no side switch, just a recessed rear tail cap switch on the X. You'll also notice that the finger ring on the L16, which is pretty standard. I'm going to turn it one more time so you guys can see the finger ring. depending on however you guys like to grip the light. the Warrior X comes with a very similar style ring, but I was really happy and surprised to see that it came with a fully circular ring as well that's fully rubberized. It's got tremendous traction on it. The X came with a pocket clip. If you choose to run this optional ring on the light, it is not usable with the pocket clip. Okay, so I took the pocket clip off. I didn't want it anyways. This is either going to be a bag light or a weapon light for me, so it's going to stay in that configuration. Quickly, we're going to go over the user interface differences. We'll start with the L16. Now, I know this light's been out for a while, guys, so you guys are probably well aware of this. But you've got the rear tail switch, as we've already shown y'all. Anytime you hit the rear tail switch, the light is automatically in its highest mode. Again, it's rated at 2,000 lumens. If you click and hold the side switch from off, it will go into moonlight mode every single time, okay? Quick click and the light goes off. If you quick click, I believe the light also goes to its mode memory. We're going to confirm that while we're here. So I click and hold to cycle through modes. I'm just going to go up one mode and turn the light off to see if it has mode memory with a quick press. And it does. Okay, so if I still long press, it will go from off, it'll go into moonlight mode. And then if I quick press, well, it just went back into moonlight mode, so I don't know if it has mode memory or not. If you click and hold the side switch, it'll cycle through all of the various modes that it has. If you double click from both on or off, it will go into turbo. If you triple click, it will go into strobe and then off. Okay, pretty simple user interface. It's been tested for a while now. Tried and true. It works very well. On the Olight, all of your motor operation comes from the recessed rear tail cap. There are two modes, and I'm going to go over both modes and how to change modes. If you half press quickly from the out of the box mode, then you go into a low, which is 300 lumens according to the back of the box. And it is constant if it's a quick press. If I quick half press again, it turns the light off. If I click half press and hold half press, it'll go low mode, but it's momentary. So as soon as I let off, the light cuts off. If I full quick press, it goes straight to the 2000. If I quick full press again, it turns the light off. If I full click press and hold, I'm in momentary for high now. And then if I let off, the light's off. Okay, it's momentary. Now it does have a secondary mode. The way you access that mode is by full pressing in on the tail cap. While it's fully pressed in and not letting go, you turn it about a half turn and then turn it back to tight again. Then you can release. Okay? Now I only have access to momentary modes. There is no constant on from this point forward. A half press will put me into the 2000 momentary. A full press puts me in a 2000 strobe, which is also momentary. I'm not a huge strobe guy, so I always leave the light having access to a half press low and then a full press high. That's just where I like it. So that is the user interface on the Warrior X. One thing I want to point out about this light, which is very unique as well, is that I've used mini Clarises in the past. I'm actually very fond of lights that have battery indicators. This light's very unique. As far as I understand it, is the very first light to utilize, instead of a visual low battery indicator, it will actually vibrate. So again, when the cell is low, it will vibrate. Okay? Also, the charging mechanism is very unique. I like it a lot. And if we step over here for just a second. So it comes with this charger out of the box. The charger in itself has a light indicator to let you know how much juice is in the light. It goes either red or green. All you do is it just snaps right on. And then you can see the indication here is just a light red. Sorry, under the light. The cool thing again, and I'm going to leave the light here with the camera on it for just a second. But when I use the light heavily, I love the fact that when I'm sleeping at night, I just pop it back into the holster it comes with. Because it's an open holster, it sits like this by my bed, and it's recharging the whole night. And then it's full in the morning. All I do is snap it off, and I'm ready to go. Okay? One thing I want to point out, there was a lot of controversy about this light when it came out because the low mode's 300 lumens. I was very skeptical of that as well. I just want to point out that in the next video, we're going to do several beam shots in several different areas, one of those being indoors. The warmth of this beam really surprised me, and I think it's going to surprise a lot of its users. Even though it's a really tight 300 lumens, it didn't come near blinding me or distracting me the way I thought it would as a user, because the warmth of the tint is so nice. So stand by for part 2 of this video. We're going to jump right into the beam shots. Thanks for watching. Stay safe.